Hi guys, welcome back. I feel I may have a bit of explaining to do. So, I've played one game since we last met in the EFL Cup final, which was the FA Cup 5th round against Fulham. As you can see, didn't exactly go to plan. I played pretty much a full rotated team, but look at that team. It should still be more than good enough to beat Fulham. So what happened was, we kicked off, there was a knock at the door, didn't pause the game. So I went to the door, it was a delivery, took the delivery, brought it in the house, popped it into the dining room, came back to my laptop. We were 2-0 down at half time. So I brought on 3 players at half time, Rafael, Correa and Dybala. We managed to get a goal back in the 48th minute. I thought, there we go. Here we go. 3-2 win, 4-2 win, easy. Not so much. Fulham parked the bus. We lost 2-1. We're out of the FA Cup. I could have just reset it and played it again, but that's not the kind of person I am. I'm not a cheater. It was my own fault for not pausing the game, so why should I get a second chance? So unfortunately, guys, we are out of the FA Cup, but we've won the EFL Cup. We are in a very, very good position to win the Premier League. We've still got the Champions League, so it's not the end of the world. But I do apologise because we are, unfortunately, out of the FA Cup. But in today's episode, you will be seeing an away game against West Ham United in the Premier League, followed by the second leg of the first knockout round of the Champions League. Obviously, we're 5-0 up from the first leg, so if we go out at this round, I will quit Football Manager for the rest of my life because I do not deserve to be playing it. So without further ado, I'll quickly show you how we're lining up against West Ham. Right guys, this is how we're going to line up. De Gea in goal, Raphael, Smalling, Bailey and Shaw are the back four. Fred and Pogba in midfield. Fred's not very happy at the moment, he wants some first team football. So I basically said to him, I'll give you a chance. If you don't impress me, you'll be going. So I'll put him in, see how he does. If he's not playing well, I'll take him off at half time. Hopefully it's not going to cost us. Gabriel on the right, Martial on the left, and Correa behind Dybala. On the bench we have Santon, Jimenez, Sanchez, Fosu-Mensah, Mate, Depay and Rashford. So let's get into this game. Hopefully we can follow up the defeat against Fulham with a nice victory against West Ham United. So first highlight of the game, Pogba on the ball, finds Dybala. Dybala to Martial, good chance here. It's Anthony Martial, he's brought down by Winston Reid and it's a penalty in the 4th minute. Good start. Providing we score it, obviously. Dybala will take it, and we know how reliable Dybala is. However, I shouldn't have said that until after he'd taken it, really. You better not miss this now I've said that. Paulo Dybala, it's 1-0. He was never going to miss it, was he? 44th goal of the season. Jeez. 7 games left, 44 goals. Obviously that's in all competitions, but he is walking the golden boot at the moment. Wasn't the best of penalties, to be honest. I felt Adrian could have done better with that, but I'm not going to complain. 1-0. So a corner kick, Dybala into the box. Cleared by Nordveit. It's Gabriel Barbosa, Angel Correa, Anthony Martial. One-touch football at its finest, and it's 2-0. The ball was headed out by Nordveit. Barbosa took a touch, passed it to Correa, he passed it to Martial, he buried it in the bottom corner, 2-0. Raphael with a throw-in, finds Dybala. Dybala into the box and it's saved by Adrian. Something tells me this isn't the end of the highlight. Goes along with the ball, Bailey wins the header. Noble wins the second ball, it's Feghouli now, Fred intercepts, it's Pogba. Back to Bailey. Bailey finds Shaw. Shaw to Pogba. Pogba to Martial. Martial is tackled by Mark Noble. Feghouli looks for the ball through. Bailey wins the header. It's only as far as Valencia. Raphael wins that. It's Dybala now. Dybala to Gabriel Barbosa. Barbosa into the gap. Gets the shot away and it's wide. Dybala with a corner into the box. Almeida heads it away. It's Masuaku to Ward-Prowse. James Ward-Prowse, good tackle from Luke Shaw. The ball just gets cleared upfield. De Gea can collect that easily. De Gea goes long. Van Beek gets the header away. It's Janssen now to Feghouli. Takes it past Shaw. That was nice from Feghouli. And then past Bailey into the box. And Vincent Janssen was there to get a goal back for West Ham, and that is 2-1. Janssen obviously currently with Tottenham in real life, but obviously formerly of Tottenham on the game. So Feghouli took it past two defenders easily there, into the box, and Janssen was there. I'm a little bit disappointed with our defending there. Both Shaw and Bailey committed themselves to them challenges and got nowhere near them. Shaw with a throw into Martial. Looks for the ball through to Dybala. Reed cuts it out. Back to Adrian, who goes long. Smalling wins the header. It's Correa now. Mark Noble nips in. Finds Valencia. Raphael gets the ball and he's giving it away. Janssen gets the shot away. What a save from De Gea that was. Corner to West Ham here. Ward-Prowse into the box. Pogba heads it away. Feghouli will collect it to Masuaku. And end of highlight apparently. Likely just going to be half time now. There we go, in a half time 2-1 up. A little bit disappointed defensively. I thought we could have done better on their goal. But we have the lead, so it could be worse. We'll get on into the second half. More of the same and hopefully a couple more goals and a victory. So we're just over an hour into the game. I'm going to bring off Barbosa for Mate. Barbosa's not having the best game. In fact, I may bring on Depay and then put Martial onto the right hand side. I'm going to do that because Martial's playing okay. He can play on the right. I'm going to take off Fred for Renato Sanchez as well. Fred isn't doing very well. Leave it at that. Hopefully we can see this game out. So Correa to Smalling. Smalling finds Correa to Dybala. Skips past his man. Paulo Dybala. 3-1. Dybala just cannot be stopped at the moment. 45th goal of the season in all competitions. And I believe he's, 23, 24? We'll watch this highlight and then I'll double check his age. Takes it past his man very nicely. Used his pace to get past the other defender. Too much pace on the ball for Adrian, I think. Into the back of the net. 3-1. 24 years of age. He's about 8 months younger than me, and he's on 215 grand a week playing for Manchester United. That is outrageous. What a player. Shaw with a throw in to Memphis Depay, to Renato Sanchez, into Martial, finds Angel Correa, Raphael, saved by Adrian. They're going to let it go out for a throw in here. And they're not going to show us the throw in, apparently. 83 minutes in, I'm going to make the final change. I'm going to bring on Mate for Correa. Correa's got himself 2 assists. Very nice performance from him. So Raphael with a throw-in. It's a Smalling. It's Raphael again. Deflected to Sanchez. Smalling to Bailey. Bailey looks for the ball over the top, but Van Beek will get there. Or Adrian will get there, I should say. Adrian will dink over the top. Noble to Kouyaté. Kouyaté looks for Feghouli. Memphis gets in there. To Pogba, to Renato Sanchez, back to Smalling, out to Martial. Martial finds Mate. Mate to Pogba. Pogba looked for the ball to Memphis, but it was cut out. Smalling can win that. It's Martial again. Anthony Martial to Juan Mate. Juan Mate, 4-1. Just comes on the pitch, gets himself a goal. Lovely stuff. And another nice 3 points. So Martial on the ball. Lovely little cut back through the gap. That's a lovely pass, that is. And Mate with an even better finish. 4-1. So it looks like it's just going to be full time. There we go, full time whistle. West Ham United 1, Manchester United 4. Lovely stuff. Another 3 points. Let's have a quick look at the league table before we get into the next game. So, teams below us dropping points. We are now 10 points clear at the top of the league. Surely now we're not going to miss out on, well, I say miss out. Surely we're not going to drop enough points to not win this league now. But as things stand, interestingly, Sunderland are in a European qualifying position for the Europa League. Imagine if Sunderland got into Europe. Whoever is the manager of that team, despite, regardless of who wins the league, he should get Manager of the Year because that is unbelievable. But looking very comfortable. As you can see, Bournemouth in trouble. Very, very close at the bottom though. 6 points separating 15th to 19th. So anybody could go down at the moment. But yeah, looking very comfortable for us. So let's move into the next game, which is the second leg of the Champions League against Ajax. Right guys, so this is how we're lining up against Ajax. I've again rotated the team a bit. Obviously we're 5-0 up on aggregate, so I thought I'll give a couple of players a chance. So Butland's going to start in goal. Rafael, Jimenez, Fosu Mensah and Willems at the back four. Fred and Renato Sanchez in midfield. Gabriel on the right. Rashford on the left. And Mata behind Dybala. On the bench we've got Shaw, Smalling, Pogba, Mkhitaryan, Depay, Correa and Martial. So let's get into this game. Let's see ourselves through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League nice and safely. So Butland with a goal kick. Headed away. Fred wins the header. Mata to Renato Sanchez. To Fred. Back to Mata. Gives it to Dybala. Dybala to Rashford. Rashford gets the ball across the box. Gabriel Barbosa at the back post. 1-0 on the night. 6-0 on aggregate. It's just getting better. Opening 13 minutes, which we've dominated if you look at the stats. This could be 10-0 on aggregate. Rashford across the box. Gabby goal at the back post. 1-0. So Defour into the box, cleared by Gabby goal. Defour back at the box. Raphael cleared this time. It's Ziyech and saved by Butland. Butland clears the ball forward. It's Cuesta winning the header. Mata now over the top for Dybala. It's Paulo Dybala. It's 2-0. He was never going to miss that. As soon as the ball got through and he was 1-on-1, it was always going to be 2-0. Lovely stuff. This could be more than 10-0 on aggregate. Unbelievable scenes. Mata with a lovely ball over the top. Lovely touch from Dybala. Took it past the defender. Finish was even better. 2-0. Onana with the goal kick. Reminds me of N-Dubs. Dybala through. Paulo Dybala. Saved by Onana. Anyone who listened to N-Dubs back in the day will know what I mean. If you didn't listen to N-Dubs, I just sound like an idiot. Headed away by Dykes. It's a bit inappropriate. Renato Sanchez now. Through the gap for Rashford. Rashford gets the shot away. It is just wide. I thought he was going to score then. Moussa Dembele playing for Ajax. I wonder how he's doing. Let's have a look. Obviously Moussa Dembele, who was phenomenal for Celtic in real life at the moment. He moved to Ajax for 5.75 million. Wow. Let's get a scout report. So he's not too bad. Let's get another scout report on him, see how he's doing. Statistically, he looks alright. Surprises me he's playing for Ajax though. Obviously he's French. So let's get back to the game. Sorry, I tend to do that quite a lot, you might notice. So we're in at half time, 2-0 up. Very, very comfortable. I don't think Ajax have had a single highlight. So I'm not going to make any changes. We'll get out into the second half. Hopefully get another couple of goals. Get ourselves into the quarterfinals. So Onana with a free kick. Fred now to Mata. Mata through to Dybala. Paulo Dybala with a shot. Saved by Onana. I can't help but say that in a silly voice. I can't take that name seriously. Dybala with a corner into the box. And it's cleared away off his own player and out for another corner kick. Which Dybala will take again into the box, and it's collected by Onana. I'm sorry, that voice is going to get annoying, but I seriously cannot say that name without being stupid. It's Dolberg on the ball now. Dolberg, by the way, I don't know if anybody's seen this. Dembele's through, it's wide. I don't know if anyone's read this. There was an article a couple of weeks ago, I think it was on Sky Sports actually. Apparently, Kasper Dolberg is meant to be the next big Dutch footballer, basically. So, want to keep an eye on for you Football Manager fans out there. His potential isn't that great on this game. I think it's a little bit underrated. But apparently, he's going to be the next big thing coming out of Ajax. And obviously, they've had a lot of big players. So, one to keep an eye on. Ziyech into the box. Dembele headed over the bar. In fact, they actually described him as the next Dennis Bergkamp. So that's nothing but praise there, is it? What a player he was. Dybala to Dolberg. Dolberg running at the defence, tackled by Fosu-Mensah. Dybala can get on the end of that. Can we counter? Dybala to Rashford. Rashford is tackled by Defoe. Dolberg picks it up. Dolberg takes it past Raphael. Tackled by Fred. Jimenez now to Renato Sanchez. To Fred. Fred with the ball through to Dybala. That's a good ball, yeah, it's a fantastic ball. That Dybala, 3-0. Assist from Fred. Fred may be giving me a bit of an issue here because he wanted first team football. I've started him in the last 2 games. He wasn't fantastic in the last game, but in this game he's been very impressive. He's giving me a bit of an issue. That was a lovely ball through. Dybala just had the pace to get on the end of it. And another great finish from Dybala. He loves finding that bottom corner. What a goal. 3-0. Edging closer to that 50th goal in all competitions. And with that, I am going to make the first change. Fred on an 8.4. He's giving me a real selection issue. So I'm going to bring on Depay for Rashford. I'm just going to leave it at that for now. I don't want to take off too many players all at once. So Dybala into the box. Penna heads it away. I got a bit confused then. I thought that was the goalkeeper and it wasn't Onana. So Raphael's giving the ball away. That was poor. Eating all the way back to Onana. I'm really sorry. I can't apologise enough, but I physically cannot say that name. Defoe to Mustafa Saimak. It's a bit of a mouthful. Fred to Gabriel Barbosa. To Mata. Back to Fred. Raphael now. Mata. Gabriel Barbosa. Finds Renato Sanchez. To Fred. To Mata. To Sanchez. Over the top for Dybala. On a hat-trick. Saved by Onana. It's Dybala with a corner into the box. Onana comes out and collects it. I almost said it properly that time. I will say it properly by the end of this game. Clearance by Onana. It's Raphael now to Jimenez, to Fred. Mustafa Saimak with the tackle. It's Kasper Dolberg to Moussa Dembele. Looks for Penna. Penna gets the ball. It's through to Dembele. Dembele gets a goal back for Ajax. I would have liked a clean sheet, but 8-1 on aggregate's not too bad, I suppose, is it? Willem should have done better with that, I think. And the ball through to Dembele. It was a nice finish from Dembele, actually. I'm not sure what Butland was doing, but it looked like he was diving for a ball that wasn't there then, but never mind. Let's make another change. I'm going to take off Renato Sanchez for Pogba. Give Pogba 15 minutes, why not? I might as well make the last change while I'm here. I'm going to take Willems off because he's really struggling. When you're 3-1 up and someone's got a 6.4, you know they're not playing very well. Let's bring them on, see the rest of this game out. So Butland with a goal kick. Plays it out wide towards Barbosa. It's won by Dykes. Raphael to Fred, to Pogba. Mata now. Mata to Fred. Fred with the ball to Gabriel Barbosa. That's another good pass from Fred. Gabriel into the box. Cuesta clears it away, only as far as Raphael. It's Pogba now. Pogba to Mata. Mata to Memphis Depay. To Paulo Dybala on a hat-trick. Another hat-trick for Paulo Dybala. 48 goal in all competitions. He is phenomenal. He really, really is. As I said in a few episodes ago, if you've not tried Dybala, just try him. He is unbelievable. He's only 24. Just imagine how good that guy's going to get on this game. 3 or 4 years' time, when he's in his prime, he's going to be unstoppable. So it looks like the full-time highlight here. Raphael out wide. Gets the ball into the box. Defoe will clear that. And 91st minute, full-time whistle. Ajax 1, Manchester United 4. 9-1 on aggregate. We're through to the quarter-finals. Fantastic stuff. Another good episode. 2 wins from 2. That's where this episode will end, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like as always. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe, I almost said then. Didn't make sense, did it? Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.